I am out here on YouTube doing this because of that brute force discipline of I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to. That is not natural to me. I am a free spirit. But if I can do it, so can you. Channel. I'm Caitlin. I run the blog called Mrs. Midwest, and I live in the Midwest in Michigan with my husband and dog. Is she there? Yeah, there she is. I'm so happy that you guys tuned in. We are all, as usual, growing this wonderful community, and I'm so happy that you're here. So let's get started with today's topic. This video is for all my feelers out there. Ladies like me who are strongly led by their heart, emotions, and their moods and feelings. This emotional way of approaching life can be extremely positive. I know that I was designed by God to be in tune with my emotions and needs, but also the emotions and needs of my husband, my family, my community, and my future children. This is how He created me, and it is a good thing in the right context. Emotional awareness is definitely a wonderful asset to life, but focusing too much on our heart and emotion can actually stunt our personal growth. Unfortunately, emotions can negatively control us when we approach everything in life with the question, how does this make me feel? It's not a foolproof way of approaching everything in life. First, I want to say that this approach can save you from a lot of pain and heartbreak. Asking the question, how does this make me feel, can help us avoid a lot of toxic relationships and situations, but it can also prevent you from doing a lot of important everyday life tasks just because it doesn't make you feel good in the moment, simply because those tasks can feel unmeaningful, monotonous, or boring. But you know what? Part of being an adult is doing things that aren't fun, that don't make us feel good. We need to embrace our obligations if we ever hope to be real adults. Instead of asking, how does this make me feel? We need to embrace our responsibilities and focus on the fact that life isn't always about how we feel in the moment. It's about what we need to get done and how we contribute to the world around us. Take my life, for example. As you guys know, if you have watched my other videos, I have a lot of emotions and feelings, and I used to let these emotions dictate the things I chose to do on a day-to-day basis. Just last week, I was having a hard time getting laundry done because I didn't want to. I just didn't feel like it. But when I kept asking myself, how does this make me feel? Well, I don't feel like it. I wasn't able to get my tasks done, and it actually negatively affected my day because then I had this stressful thing going on. But if I had just pushed through like a real adult, I would have been done and able to move on. I was allowing my feelings to control me, putting off obligations and tasks because that thing won't make us feel good or because it's not life-giving is a dangerous trap. I am a firm believer in removing the emotion from everyday tasks so that we can be more successful and get more done. Remove the emotion from everyday tasks. Instead of asking, how does this make me feel? Ask, how does accomplishing this benefit me, my community, my family, or my household? Doing the laundry benefits not just my household, but me. Staying in shape benefits me. Eating healthy benefits me. And I don't always feel like doing those things, but when I step back, remove the emotion, and apply logic, I'm able to accomplish so much more. Because if it were up to me, I would just be napping and lazing watching Netflix seriously all day because that's what I feel like doing. But I cannot live life that way. And that's partly why I think we have so many infantilized young adults. You know, instead of asking the reasonable and logical questions, they're just approaching life with what will make me feel good in this moment. Well, drugs, alcohol, hooking up, and partying will make me feel good, so that's what I'm going to do. But reasonably and logically, is that the best choice? Absolutely not. Since 2018, I decided to take a reasonable and logical approach to every single thing in my life that I didn't feel like doing. So, working out, eating healthy, getting chores done. And since then, I have lost 15 pounds. My house is clean almost 24/7, and everything in my life is more structured and organized and successful because instead of allowing my heart to lead me in those inappropriate areas, I'm allowing logic and reason. And I can tell you guys, I tend to go off of my heart and feelings, and that has stunted so much in my life because instead of focusing on what was reasonable and logical to do, I always focused on what felt good in the moment. My feelings and emotions don't dictate my actions anymore. And it's honestly so liberating. Now, I'm not saying remove the emotion from everything, but I am saying that when you remove it from places where it's kind of inappropriate to let emotion dictate you, you're going to have so much freedom and extra growth in your life because you're going to be able to accomplish so much more. I think a lot of people struggle with adulthood because adulthood is full of things that you don't want to do. And I feel like so much success comes from people who decide to do those things that they don't want to do. And when you can master that skill of overpowering your emotion with logic and reason, you will become so much more successful and focused on your tasks. You gain so much discipline and control over yourself. And at the end of the day, I think that's what this is all about. It's all about how can we get more discipline in our lives? How can we become more disciplined people and say no to ourselves? You know, saying no to yourself is one of the most difficult things for an emotional person. I can attest to this. In 2018, when I decided to get healthier and when I decided to blog even, you know, I had to tell myself no all the time. I had to say in the kitchen when I wanted to eat lots of unhealthy food. I had to say no, get off your butt and go for a walk around. Go for a walk around the block. You know, and as far as blogging, if I just said, how does this make me feel? None of these videos would be on the internet right now. Because how does it make me feel to upload this stuff? Honestly, pretty freaked out. And putting out this stuff doesn't always feel good in the moment. But I have to tell myself no. Hi, you know the no word. She woke up from her nap. Maybe because I kept saying no. And we use that with our dog. Right? Anyways, so if I let my emotions dictate my venture, even on YouTube, you know, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even be making these videos because I would be too scared, honestly. And that's another example of why I don't think we can let our emotions dictate our choices and how we live life. Because when we do that, we stop ourselves from getting used to that feeling of jumping. And the thing is, if you just go off of what you feel in the moment, you will never make that jump. You have to push past that with logic and reason and force yourself to do things that you don't want to do. And this can apply in very small ways, like forcing yourself to be healthy or do laundry, but also big ways in push yourself in your career, put yourself out there in relationships, put yourself out there to achieve what you need to achieve or to do what the Lord wants you to do in your life. You know, we cannot be timid our whole lives, but we can also not let our emotions rule us because then we will not accomplish what we need to. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of us think we're being sweet and generous and gracious with ourselves by being tender and only doing things when we want to. But the thing is, by being sweet, gracious, tender, and gentle with ourselves all the time, we're not doing the hard things. We're not doing the obligations. We're not successfully moving into adulthood. And it's important to gain mastery over yourself so that when you set your mind on something, you will go and do it because your emotions and feelings and fear aren't holding you back. There is a time and a place to say, how does this make me feel? When you're having a moral issue or when you're having an issue of the heart, asking how does this make me feel is a wonderful indicator. But if you're asking that in situations where it doesn't apply, like doing laundry or working out, you know, you need to clamp down on that area of your life and begin to divide these things. Begin to notice when you need gut, intuition, feelings, heart stuff, but when you just need brute force and discipline. And when you figure out that dichotomy, when you figure out how to separate those things, you can be so much more successful. I can attest to this. I am out here on YouTube doing this because of that brute force discipline of I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to. That is not natural to me. I am a free spirit. But if I can do it, so can you. And I encourage you today, stop asking, how does this make me feel? Around things that are just adult tasks and responsibilities, but also about your dreams. Focus on mastering yourself and pushing through those uncomfortable emotions. You're always gonna feel a little bit, when you have to start your homework or your laundry or something that you don't want to be doing. But once you start doing that task, that feeling will go away. So don't let that first 5 minutes of uncomfortable or frustrating feelings stop you from achieving what you need to in life or stop you from being a responsible adult. I encourage you to be open and honest with yourself and see where you're letting your feelings stop you from accomplishing things. When you're focusing too much on what you don't feel like doing, you won't accomplish those tasks that you need to. So I encourage you, look at your life, figure out what must be done in your life, even if you don't feel like doing it. And push forward. Start small, and you will start to have more mastery over yourself, and you will accomplish so much more. So again, feelings and emotions are wonderful things. They can help us tune into relationships. They can help us figure out when we need to be tender with ourselves, but they are not to be used inappropriately when we're trying to focus on accomplishing tasks as a well-rounded adult. In total, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, my dog recommends that you subscribe, click the notification bell, and please leave a thumbs up on this video. That always helps us spread the message. And in total, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, and feminine day.